They put down the chalk, and the field is immaculate here in Warner Robins. Irmo Little League out of South Carolina got all the way to the Little League World Series semifinals last year, and they're back in the Southeast Regional. West Virginia Shady Spring is here for the first time ever, and the crowd is gathered here at Southeastern Park as the road to Williamsport starts now on ESPN. Here's a look at the regional map. You see the Southeast in the gold down there all the way from West Virginia down to Florida. And here are the teams, the 8 state champions competing for the Southeast Regional Championship this week and a chance to go to Williamsport. And good morning, I'm Matt Stewart, joined by Jack DeLongchamps. And Jack, let's take a look at the tournament format. 8 teams, all of them state champions. Most of the kids here are 12 years old. It's a modified double elimination, 6-inning games. The field's 2/3 the size of a major league field, and all players bat. Everybody plays continuous batting order.
That's the tidbit to highlight, right? It's what's beautiful about this week. Anybody in this roster can play hero.
Let's take a look at the batting order, first of all, for visiting Shady Springs. Going to start off with the guy that was the hero in their state championship game, Cash Boggs, who walked it off, followed by Grayson Yoke. Grayson Walls, home run king in the state of West Virginia. Reese Bennett, Case Metter, Asher Pugh, Park Winkler, the manager's son, Ryder Hall, Levi Pack, Jude Bailey, Owen Richmond, and Landry James. That's right, it's a 12-man batting order. And on the mound for Irmo Little League, 3-time state champions, 3rd straight year they've been here in Warner Robins, and Braxton Reichert's going to get the ball. Braxton, 5'3", 150, and 12 years old.
Well, if his special talent is cooking, he's been cooking on the mound this summer, Matt. His mom, well, she's a pharmacy technician, and his coaching staff told us, well, he's a technician on the mound. He's a big-time strike thrower, 3 pitches, a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. He feels like he can throw all 3 in any count.
Yeah, his strength is his ability to change speeds and locate. He's going to be 64 to 66 with his fastball. So ready to get this thing going. Irmo in their white uniforms trimmed in green and gold, and West Virginia in their black and silver. And here's Cash Boggs to lead things off. And ball 1 to Boggs. Cash Money, and he was Cash Money for them in the state championship. Taps it foul down the first base line, and it's 1-1. Walk-off hit in their 7-6 win versus Barbersville in the state championship final. And the West Virginia story for Shady Spring is a great one. 1-1 outside, 2-1. This is a team that has not had their own field to play on or practice on for 6 years now. Ball hit foul, 2-2. Yeah, they used to practice on the fields behind the local elementary school. Elementary school expanded, good for the school system, got lots of kids going to school, but it took away their fields.
Strength in numbers, only 41 kids a part of this league.
Yeah, 4 teams in the entire major league division, the Little League 12-year-old division in Shady Spring. Compare that to Irmo, a powerhouse sports program, baseball, softball. They've had 10 teams across all their Little League divisions, including softball, that have gone to the respective Little League World Series in the last 5 years. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Should be an easy play, and we have one down as Paul takes care of it. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment. You just saw Cohen Paul at shortstop make the play. And then you've got Cates behind the plate. Luter, Badger Luter, what a name at first base. Jensen at second. And then at third base, Davenport, Snellgrove, Owens, and Beatty in the outfield. Ball fouled back off the bat of Yoke. Grayson Yoke, one of 2 Graysons on the team. 5'7", 120. He's 12 years old. His favorite walk-up song is Country Roads by John Denver. Now, whose favorite walk-up song isn't?
Yeah.
Country, especially if you're from the state of West Virginia.
I was going to say, look, the logo, it's dawned all over the uniform. Is anybody surprised?
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounced in there, 1-2. And what an inspiration, the Mountaineers making it all the way to Omaha in the College World Series for the first time ever. What it was, an inspiration for Little League Baseball in the state this past season. Swing and a miss. 2 down in the inning as Riker gets his first strikeout.
This is filthy. A 12-6 breaking ball right over the top. Falls off a table for out number 2.
Jack, this is the 5th consecutive year I've had the honor of calling the Southeast Regional, and that was the thing that struck me as Grayson Wall steps to the plate. Got to watch out for this guy. You got to love it. They call him Big G, and he's got G on the side of his batting helmet. 6'1", 165, won the home run derby in West Virginia. He hit 20 home runs in 90 seconds on 28 pitches. Here's the 1-0 pitch.
We're kind of burying the lead, man. Their head coach, Jonathan Winkler, who threw batting practice to him during that statewide home run derby, he said, by the way, guys, I only threw 28 pitches in 90 seconds. And by the way, he didn't hit any out in his first 5 swings. That means he goes 20 of 23 and bombs leaving the yard. This is real-life power. Coach Winkler said, hey, here's the deal. This young man is different. He is special. What a leader amongst his teammates.
And there's John over in the third base coaching box. Ball is hit to Jensen at second, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Reichard as Irmo retires West Virginia in order. So we're underway, no score, and Irmo batting when we get back. Back in Warner Robins, what a spectacular Thursday morning as the Little League Baseball Southeast region underway, and South Carolina coming to the plate. Here's the batting order for Irmo, the 3-time state champions out of the Palmetto State. E.J. Davenport leading things off, followed by Jackson Owens, Triple Cates, Braxton Reichard, the pitcher, Badger Luter, we'll tell you about the name, bats 5th and plays first. Cohen Paul, then Braden Jensen, Liam Snellgrove, Jace Brown, B.J. Hammonds, and Colt Vady. Maverick Cox will wrap things up at the bottom of the order. And on the mound is Walls. Yeah, he's got home run power, and he's a power pitcher. He is their Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, well, he's been over 70 miles per hour on the mound. He's going to sit 68 to 71, a slider and a changeup. But this is a physically daunting dude on the mound for West Virginia. At 6'1", 165, at this distance, he does a great job extending off the rubber. And as a hitter, feels like it's in the catcher's glove by the time you blink.
So 73 miles an hour from 46 feet, what does that translate out?
I mean, I really wish that you had a smarter color analyst today, Matt.
Or a smarter play-by-play guy, because I have no idea.
Well, it was funny. We started to do the math going in, and as we were doing our homework, you're looking at north of 95+ miles per hour. The exact number I can't tell you, but this is a real, true talent. He's an incredible athlete. Plays lots of sports, but Big G, as his teammates call him, ready to become what could be the next Little League folklore hero in his town.
Well, what's crazy is he was a unanimous choice. They have the questionnaires that they give the kids, including the coaches, so you get 15 questionnaires. He was the unanimous 15-0 choice for most likely to go pro. So DugoutEdge.com says a 70-mile-per-hour pitch in Little League is the equivalent of 92.
And they had him up to 73, so.
So you're approaching 100. So here we go. First pitch to Davenport goes to the backstop. But even with the power, still got to throw strikes.
Yeah, I think for everyone, right? You
Yeah.
got the opportunity to play on ESPN in this beautiful venue here in Warner Robins. You'd love to see him just slow the heart rate down as you get underway.
That's 2 to the backstop there as that one missed inside. And that was the key, and that's one of the things that the coaches talked about. The manager, Bobby Jensen, for Irmo said, look, you know, I talked to Dave Bogan, his good friend, who took the team to the Little League World Series a year ago, and he talked about things that they would try to avoid and do differently if they had the chance the next year. And he said, one of the things is just get the kids to take a deep breath and settle down. It's just a baseball game. Not just another baseball game, but it is just a baseball game. So all the things that you've done in the past to get here still apply. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Davenport. That's a 3rd pitch to the backstop.
Matt, I think it's really applicable to your tone, too, is this idea that this is a proverbial, if you look at storylines for past traditions and organizations, it's a team that just played for a Little League World Series championship in Williamsport versus a team that's never even been to a regional.
Kind of a David versus Goliath as Davenport draws the leadoff walk.
It's your proverbial David versus Goliath, but what I think Coach Jensen was quick to note was, yeah, we've had a ton of incredible insight from kids in our town that have quite literally walked the walk and have talked the talk. But this is a brand new team, so they've got to learn it on their own.
Yeah, the only repeat about Irmo is the name on the jersey. It's a brand new team, 12 new players, 3 new coaches. Another pitch outside to Jackson Owens. 5'8", 135, and his dream job is to be a meteorologist, one of the few guys whose dream job isn't to be a Major League Baseball player. I'm still dreaming about being a Major League Baseball player, but I think the sands are slipping through the hourglass.
Well, maybe there's a little bit of a joke in there. Meteorologist, baseball player, both 2 professions where 4 for 10 will get you in the Hall of Fame, right? Is that how that goes?
3 for 10 will get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You bat 300. I mean, how many guys in Major League Baseball right now are batting over 300?
I think it was like 8.
Not many.
Not many. I was more so. I don't know what the.
And one of them just got traded.
I did.
Luis Arise. So strikeout of Owens. As Walls makes quick work of him.
It's a great pitch. Just kind of catches him sleeping. You see that short arm action of Walls? Get a little late life as that 2-seam fastball catches the outer part of the plate.
So 1 down in the inning with Davenport still down there at first base, and here's Tribble Cates. Cates is a 7th grader out of Prosperity, South Carolina, and one of a number of players on this Irmo team that attend Gray Collegiate Academy. So not only are they teammates, they're classmates. And oh yeah, by the way, they're getting to miss the start of school. How cool is that?
And by the way, really cool excuse too. It's not like you're showing up to class with the doctors though, right?
Yeah. I was I was playing on ESPN, you saw me, right? Ball is thrown to the shortstop and it gets into left field. Error on the base hit. Here comes Davenport to the plate, throw to the plate. We have our first run of the game as Irmo scores first, 1-0. Scampering down to second base goes Cates. And this is where you got to take that deep breath and make a routine play, hit to the second baseman.
Great hustle from Davenport. Forces an errant throw from Winkler, but they told us that Davenport, he's their catalyst, bringing all the juice. Look at the emotion as he slides in safely for the first run of the Southeast region.
And here's Reichard, yeah. So example right there, that's a routine play. That's 1 out at second base, cut down the lead runner. You got 2 outs and a man at first. Instead, you got 1 out, runner at second, and a run on the board. Ball goes to the backstop, and now Cates is at third base.
And this is almost foreign territory for this West Virginia team, who has really driven their way all the way down to Georgia for this big time moment because of their pitching. So, right, giving up a run in the first, a little shaken. Let's see if Walls can't dial it back in.
And when you say driven, they drove a long time. West Virginia's a long way from Warner Robins, Georgia. It's 10 and a half hours. In fact, Shady Spring, West Virginia is 72 miles southeast of Charleston, as Reichard goes down for the second inning and second out, and now there's 2 outs with Cates down at third base.
You see it, just power on power. Now that pitch count is rising. That's a storyline that's always so crucial in the Little League World Series. But for Walls, he paints another perfect fastball for his second strikeout of the evening.
Ground ball hit to the second baseman, and Winkler gets another chance. This time makes the routine play, and the inning comes to a close. So West Virginia limits the damage, but Irmo jumps on top. It's 1-0 after 1. Back in Warner Robins, what a morning here on Thursday morning as we get the baseball Southeast Regional underway here at Southeast Park in South Carolina, already with a 1-0 lead on West Virginia as the, I wanted to call them the Mountaineers, get ready to bat here for the second time. The kids from Shady Spring, West Virginia. Like I said, 72 miles southeast of Charleston and only 496 miles from Warner Robins.
Yeah. Well, and it was really fun to hear how Coach Winkler lamented and really was super proud of the way that their community responded, right? They win, and this is the first time that they will ever represent their town. So the funding and the resources that were poured in to make this even happen was truly inspirational.
So Reese Bennett, the catcher, the number 4 hitter, will lead off here for West Virginia to start the second inning, facing Reichard, who retired them 1-2-3 in the first. Matt Stewart, Jack DeLongchamp, thanks for joining us. This is the first of 4 games today, so, I mean, if you're a baseball fan, there's no need to flip off of ESPN+. We got a full day of baseball here in Warner Robins. We got a full day of baseball across the country. But we'd prefer that you just stay here with us, but you got your choices. So Reichard to the plate on the 1-0 pitch. Line drive up in the middle. First base hit of the game for West Virginia as Reese Bennett will reach.
And how about the backstop? The catcher, Reese Bennett. What a perfect approach. When you know the guy on the mound is going to fill it up with strikes, watch how he stays on his backside. He's thinking spin, right? Because Reichard's throwing that great breaking ball. He gets a fastball, stays in his hip, peppers it through the middle of the field. Great piece of hit from Reese Bennett.
Brings up the third baseman, Case Metter. Ball is popped up. Let's see if it's going to stay in fair play or if it's going to be a foul ball, but no one can get to it down that first base right field line. So it's 0-1 to Metter. Yeah, what I was saying earlier is when I first did this regional in 2021, I was not expecting breaking balls.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, fastballs. I was not expecting the skill level. So it's pretty unbelievable, the skill level, the batting skills, the fielding skills, the pitching skills that we see here. But this is the best of the best. These are the 8 state champions here in the Southeast. and they beat some really good teams to get here. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Metter goes down, misses the breaking ball, and there's one down.
You asked for skill. Mr. Riker delivers another 12-6 breaking ball falling from the heavens. Oh, watch the break. I mean, this is a good swing from Metter, but he's looking at the top of the zone, and this breaking ball dashing right below the knees. It's a great pitch.
Here's Asher Pugh. So I would be helpless against that pitch now, much less when I was 12.
Yeah, I probably couldn't spell curveball at 12.
I'd go back to the dugout crying. Coach, they're throwing something I've never seen before. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and Reichert's dealing right now. Played for the Yankees during the regular season. That was his coach. His coach, Bobby Jensen, that was his team during the regular season. So he's just been with him all year long since the start of the Little League season. And the truth of the matter is they've been together a long time. A lot of these kids, they didn't just come together for All-Stars. They've been playing a lot of them since T-ball, and maybe 5 or 6 years old if they didn't start in T-ball. They've been playing together a long time. So coming together in the summer for All-Star baseball is something they do every year.
They're just 12, but for a lot of these kids, they've been playing together for 5-6 years, which feels so hard to believe.
That's their whole life.
It's all their whole life. So the dedication and the commitment from not only these kids, but their family members in order to make it happen. Full team effort.
2-2 pitch, fouled back to the screen. Asher Pugh hanging in there.
A tough, gritty at-bat from Asher Pugh. Would we expect anything else? Asher Pugh just recently broke his arm, Matt.
Yeah, broke his arm and missed the district tournament. Was able to make it back for the state tournament. Ball 3-2. Yeah, they left practice. And one of his buddies on the team, hey, we got a brand new trampoline. Let's all go over to the house and jump on the trampoline. 10 minutes later, coach gets the call. Asher broke his arm. 10 minutes on the trampoline. Didn't take long. 3-2 pitch, bounced in there, ball 4, so first and second now for West Virginia here in the second inning.
And these are the at-bats in these games that pay huge dividends as that pitch count's driven up. It's an 8-pitch at-bat from the young man who, yes, he broke that arm. He was in a cast for just 3 weeks. Well, they actually went Ricky Bobby style, cut the cast off early. He hit 400 in the state tournament in order to play for this team. So he's a really good catcher. He's unfortunately not catching this week as that arm continues
It's still
to
stiff.
heal.
Yeah. When you wear the cast, when you wear splint, the muscles, the tendons, everything, it tightens up, it atrophies. And so getting the arm straight again is usually an issue. And that's kind of been an issue for him right now, but he draws the walk. And so this is a concern, if you will. As good as Irmo has been, they gave up 3 runs in the state tournament, and all 3 runs they gave up in the state tournament were guys that they walked on base.
Breaking ball, doing a ton of movement. We've already talked about it, and even his changeup as well. What Pugh did a great job of was spoiling really good fastballs and then taking the spin in the dirt. And to your point, right, still looking to get back healthy. Looks good to me.
Yeah,
I couldn't dream of hitting 400 with 2 good healthy arms. Nevertheless, Asher Pugh with 1.
Yeah, coach said he's close to 100% now. And so first and second, they got a rally going here in the top of the second inning. 1 down in the inning. Here's Park Winkler. He is the manager's son. And Dad John is his role model. This will be the 30th pitch coming up here for Reichert. And as we dig into this tournament, Jack, we'll show everybody the list. I mean, so it becomes, for someone as simple as me, it becomes a science. You know, and there's math involved as far as, you know, the number of pitches that these guys can throw in the tournament. And then how many days off, how many games they cannot pitch based on the numbers of pitches that they threw the day before, whatever the case may be. For instance, if you have a guy go the distance today, 85 being the max, you're going to burn him for the whole tournament. He won't be able to come back and pitch until early next week, and there's another walk. Bases loaded. So there's the list right there. See, 1 to 20 is blown by that. We're in the 21 to 35 range right now. So if they took Reichert out right now, and it looks like they might be doing that. No, they're not. They're just slapping gloves together. He'd have to sit out one game. He doesn't have to sit out. He just can't pitch for one game. A day's rest. Or it doesn't even have, just a day, because if you have a rain out, so that helps you. Rainouts help you. So bases loaded. Here's Ryder Hall, the left fielder. West Virginia a chance to tie this game or take the lead with a base hit. Ryder Hall, 5'4", 131, 12 years old, goes to Shady Spring Middle, played for the Twins during the regular season.
Fans at home, you want to see Ryder Hall tip that helmet rounding second base on a triple today, because he is daunting maybe the coolest haircut in the entire field.
Got the leopard print on his head. That is a leopard, right?
I know leopard, cheetah,
cheetah. It could be cheetah.
I like leopard. That sounds
leopard
cooler.
Or cheetah.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about how fast he goes, it would be cheetah, right?
Yeah. Hunt a baseball like a leopard, though. Sounds nice, too.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Big strikeout for Reichert with the bases loaded. Now 2 down. 3rd strikeout for Reichert.
What a heck of a response from Reichert. There's that fastball kind of cutting away. Gets Hall to chase out of the zone. And with 1 out, they're either hunting a double play ball with that 1-run lead, or he went and got his strikeout. And it could be the end of the day. This is where that strategy starts to come into play.
So here, they're going to take Reichert out right here. So Reichert coming out of the game, making a pitching change, is Jay Brown, who pitched for the national champion South Carolina Gamecocks, makes the pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back. Well, here's B.J. Hammond on to pitch for Irmo, South Carolina. 5'4", 190, 12 years old. And Coach Bobby Jensen says one of the things that's special about B.J. is his delivery is kind of funky a little bit, hides the ball, kind of made a comparable with the former Boston Red Sox pitcher, Oilcan Boyd, for those who remember that.
Said he's got great feel on the mound, awesome pitchability, and he works really quick. And I think in this moment with 2 outs, they want to almost try to catch West Virginia sleeping with the bases loaded.
So bases loaded as BJ's first pitch is out of the strike zone to Levi Pack. So the strategy we were talking about, so they get Reichert out of there. So he was, I think he was below 35. So he was below 35. He was at 31. So that means he sits out. He can't pitch for 1 day.
Yeah.
He can come back and pitch on Saturday if needed. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So now B.J. Hammond's 1 strike away from getting out of this bases loaded situation. West Virginia can't afford to squander this opportunity to at least tie the game. Hammond rocks and fires outside, 2-2.
Yeah, silver lining, right? 3 up, 3 down in that first inning for Reichert. They knocked the starter out of the game, but it would be a huge opportunity to find a way to put a dent on that scoreboard.
Oh, wow, just missed 3-2, so now it's loaded. Count is loaded, the bases are loaded. This is a big pitch right here. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 and a run in as Levi Pack draws the bases loaded walk. We're tied at 1.
Patience is a virtue, huh, Matt?
There's no way.
Third
I'm like
walk of the
swinging.
inning.
I'm swinging at that pitch. If it's 20 feet out of the strike zone, man, I'm swinging.
I know, right in the 3-2
There's no way.
count. He's nibbling on the outer third, and love the approach from Pack, who, to your point, right, everyone wants to play hero and have that big moment.
Yeah.
He does a great job putting the bat on the ground and going, all right.
Yeah, disciplined baseball. Yeah. So the base is still loaded. We're tied at 1, and here's Jude Bailey. Bailey, did he go? He did. Yep. Trying to duck out of the way of it. Bat crosses the plate. 0-1 to Jude Bailey. Over his head this time. Jude Bailey, 5'6", 120, 12 years old. He homered in the district tournament. He played for the Blue Devils during the regular season. That was his manager Winkler's team. Ball in the dirt.
Phenomenal work behind the plate from South Carolina catcher Tribble Cates. Blocks that ball up, won't come up in a box score, but that potentially saves a run. Great work by the backstop.
2-1, blowing away, 3-1. Three-one pitch from B.J. Hammonds. That's in there for a strike, 3-2. By the way, I'm really digging the Irmo stirrups. I love them.
So
that is so classic. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And West Virginia leaves the bases loaded, but they do tie the game on a bases loaded walk. B.J. Hammond comes in a tight situation and gets Irmo out of it. The called strike 3, perfect pitch. 1-1 heading to the bottom of the second. High puffy clouds hanging above us here in Warner Robins, Georgia, as we head to the bottom of the second. West Virginia and South Carolina tied at 1 in the first game of this Baseball Southeast Regional. And here's a look at the defense for West Virginia. They've already committed 1 error today, and it led to the lone run scored by Irmo. Bennett behind the plate, Boggs at first, Winkler at second, Yoke at short, Metter at third, and then you go Hall, Richmond, and Pack in the outfield left to right. And Grayson Wall's, big Grayson Wall still out there. We've talked about Grayson's size at 6'1", 165. We've got some kids in this regional who are 4'8", 80 pounds. You talk about the size disparity at this age. You know, some kids have hit puberty before others at the age of 12, and it makes a big difference. You have such a size disparity in this regional sometimes.
You talk about kids.
Well, there you go, Cohen Paul.
Yeah, come on,
4'11", 85.
Comes in all shapes and sizes. Cohen Paul's been a stud shortstop for this Irmo team.
Yep, he has been. Second pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1 to Cohen Paul. Played for the Rangers during the regular season. Dad Jonathan and Mom Brittany, plus Cannon and Campbell cheering him on from his family. And you and I were down on the field talking to the coaches, just wanted to say hello and watch the crowd as it filed in. And you talked about the energy in the building and the happiness in the building. It's unlike anything else you see in baseball. where the battle lines are drawn and everybody's got their backs up. And
this immense amount of pride from these parents who are getting to watch their kids live out this dream at just 12 years old. It does feel very magical, not to sound corny, but and even from the kids, like I feel like I'd be pretty anxious. We showed those clips of them dancing before the game. They're going, hey, no sweat, another ball game.
3-2 pitch, hit on the ground to the second baseman, gloved by Winkler, and that's out number 1.
But what Paul does a great job of, works another full count, so as now Walls has recorded his first out of the second inning, that pitch count up to 25. We've already seen South Carolina make the decision of saying, hey, in order for us to win the entire regional, we're going to need Riker back. Does West Virginia go, hey, 29-0, that's what we won, the differential in our district games. We're going to rely on the depth of pitching and allow Walls to go deep into this game will be a really keen question that we keep our eye on.
Braden Jensen, the second baseman, steps up to the plate. First pitch to him was a strike, and it's 0-1. Looks like Walls has settled in a little bit. Remember, I think 3 of his first 6 pitches went to the backstop, so settled down a little bit. Counts now 1-1. I mean, look at him. He is just a big kid. I mean, compared to everybody else around him, he's just a big kid.
Now that he's dialed in a little bit, maybe we call those first 3 errant throws, just one for the scouts.
There
Light up the radar gun up off the top of the netting.
There you go, yep. Count 2-2. Braden Jensen, manager's son, mom Kristen, and brothers Lance and Ryan cheering him on. His favorite athlete is Jordan Love. Got the team colors, the green and gold, as Jensen draws the walk. And he's aboard with 1 out here in the inning.
It's a tough thing being the coach's kid, right? But maybe not for the reason that you expect. Dad feels like he can coach you a little bit harder, but what he kind of beamed with pride about talking about Braden was, hey, you know, we've kind of been there and done that. He's got 2 older brothers that have kind of helped lead the way, and to kind of culminate in this moment for Coach Jensen, I think, and the entire Jensen family has been really special.
Yeah. Most of the coaches, maybe with the exception of just a couple, have sons play, or daughters. Yeah. We'll see that with Kinley Rasmus later on tonight in the night game. And yeah, you're going to want to see her. Here's Liam Snellgrove. Swing and a miss. Snellgrove, another great collegiate product. His favorite team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. As Irmo is just right outside of Columbia, South Carolina. It's 12 miles outside of Columbia, South Carolina, and just 208 miles, a reasonable 208 miles from Warner Robins. Ball hit in the air, going to get to the backstop. Get to the overhang. Counts 1-2.
About depth for this Irmo team. Snellgrove hitting at the 8-hole actually led this team in batting average throughout the regular season.
Outside, 2-2. I think you also have to be, I mean, it's just like baseball. You got to be strategic with your lineup. You don't want to pile all your great hitters at the top and be weak at the bottom, because then it makes it too easy for the opposing team to get you out of the inning. Got to spread that thing out. It's great if like all 12 are really good. You don't have any weak spots in the lineup. Gets the strikeout for out number 2.
Look how effortless it is out of the hand. Already the 3rd strikeout of the day for Grayson Walls. Big G, that heater is playing at the top of the zone.
Pitch goes to the backstop, backs Brown out, and the throw down to second, safe. So Jace Brown at the plate. First pitch to him goes to the backstop, and Jensen advances to second on the wild pitch. So now base hit scores him, as we are tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. And there's a strike. Now remember, these are just 6-inning games, so before you know it, it gets late in this game. Pitch high, 2-1. I mean, next inning, we're going to be halfway through.
They move well, and I think those kids are really evident of it too. Like, hey, gotta act fast. It's gotta happen right away. And I think for these arms, as you've seen now, Walls start to settle in. If he can go post the 0, allow his offense to get back to work, big leg up for the future Mounties.
Now this will be the 4th full count for Grayson Walls as it's 3-2. Still no hits allowed and 3 strikeouts, but a run on the board. An error back in the 1st inning contributed to the run. And there's going to be the walk of Jace Brown, now 1st and 2nd.
3 strikeouts and now 3 walks for big Grayson Walls.
Yeah, the walk in the 1st and the error that led to the run for Irmo. The other thing is, if you're watching Little League Baseball for the first time, is B.J. Hammonds, who's now pitching for the Irmo team, is batting. Time is called from the West Virginia dugout. The other thing that really strikes you about the Little League game, and I think here comes Winkler out. He wants to see Grayson Walls. See if they're making a pitching change. I don't think anybody's been warming up in the bullpen just yet. That does not necessarily mean they're making a pitching change. Follow the amazing kids as they experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app and watch highlights, photos, schedules, and more available in the app stores for Apple and Android devices. And Little League social media does a really good job of posting videos throughout the day of all the games across the country. So that's a good follow on social media, whether that be Twitter or the app or Facebook, whatever is your social media of choice. So visits up, and the pitch to Hammonds gets away from the catcher, and everybody's going to move up. Everybody moves up 60 feet, so 2nd and 3rd now, where a base hit will score 2 runs.
See, a lot of his misses are arm side right now. I want to see Walls keep that front shoulder a little bit more closed off.
There's a strike to Hammond. 1-1.
He's such a big kid, Matt, that those levers get working. He's starting to fall off onto that first base side.
Fouled off. And that's the other thing. We talk about the kids being big. It's great. But oftentimes when kids are big that young, there's a little bit of awkwardness. You got to catch up, right? You got to catch up with your body.
I'm 29
I'm not seeing
years
that.
old,
I'm not
6'4". I look like Gumby still. I'm still trying to catch up. But for Walls, I think he's got such great feel.
He's got great coordination. That's not an issue for him.
His last 2 pitches, you see directionally right down the heart of the plate, much cleaner.
Outside, 2-2. What I was saying quickly is the smallness of the infield. It's not 90 feet. It's 60 feet. So this is where the third baseman is really important in this game. Being able to cut across on balls that are hit slowly towards the shortstop. It's a little bit different than the 90-foot game. So the third baseman is even more important, I think, in Little League than maybe it's important everywhere, of course. Hammonds fouls it back to the screen. Third base is vastly important in every aspect of baseball, whatever level, but even more so here in Little League because of the field.
Yeah, to your point, that felt like a common theme in our interviews with coaches. Sometimes the best athlete, the biggest arm, is actually
third base.
Over at third.
Yep. 31st pitch of the inning coming up here for Grayson Walls. Ball's fouled back. Kind of looks like every manager has a different strategy. And Bobby Jensen says, yes, sure, we scripted going in. You saw Irmo, they got Reichert out of there pretty quickly. Looks like West Virginia might be invested in Walls going a long time today. There's the walk, bases loaded. That's an okay walk right there because the base was empty at first base. So now the bases are loaded though. Sets up a force at any base with 2 down in the inning. And now the number 11 hitter in the order. I know that sounds strange to say. And Colt Vady steps to the plate.
I love this leadership. Grayson Yoke, the shortstop for West Virginia, coming in and just trying to slow the moment down. You could see after that 3-2 miss, Walls was really upset with himself. So love to see his teammates come in and try to pick his head up in what is now a crucial AB to get out of this marathon of an inning.
So Snellgrove is going to pinch run for Hammonds at first base, which you're allowed to do because he's the pitcher. You can do this for the catcher as well. Once.
Yeah, I believe with 2 outs as well, too.
Yes. And so Snellgrove, who batted in the inning but struck out, he's the next available guy. So they try to do it in that order because everybody's batting. It can't be, a guy on the bench who's not playing because they're all playing. So it's kind of like the rule in baseball in extra innings that the runner at second base is going to be the guy that made the last out in the previous inning. So 2 balls and a strike. Tight situation here for West Virginia. Ground ball could get him out of the inning. Winkler fields it on the hop and throws him out. And the inning comes to a close as Irmo leaves the bases loaded. We've had back-to-back innings with the bases loaded, and we'll head to the top half. We're tied at 1. Back in Warner Robins, Georgia, Matt Stewart, Jack DeLongchamp, thanks for joining us. Top of the 3rd inning here. Little League Baseball Southeast Regional opening game. So everybody's going to get at least 2 games here. But if you win this game, you play tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the winner's bracket. You lose this game, you come back and play at 10 a.m. in the loser's bracket tomorrow morning. And continuing our pitch count conversation. So you see Hammonds is the second pitcher used by South Carolina. But Walls is already at 55 pitches for West Virginia.
This is where strategy becomes so crucial, right? Both starting pitchers who have been both so efficient all year long for their respective clubs kind of finding some trouble in the second. South Carolina opts to go to the pen. West Virginia, they rely on Big G, Grayson Walls, to work through it, but a 30-pitch second inning. And now he is looking at what could be, hey, are they selling out for this game? They got to win game 1. The strategy, chestnut checkers for these managers, I do not envy them.
Owen Richards swings at 2 pitches out of the strike zone, so he's quickly behind in the count 0-2 to start this 3rd. Pitch missed inside that time, 1-2. So the strategy, so in all phases of baseball, you know, if you're the leadoff hitter, make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches, want to see his pitches, want to see what he's got, you know. But in this game, there's a called strike. 4 pitches, and Hammond sends Richmond back to the dugout.
Richmond, breaking ball that backs up on the inner part of the plate, doing a great job of stealing that pitch on the inner third as the catcher Tribble Cates.
So in the Little League game, though, taking pitches has the additional benefit, strategic benefit of rolling up the pitch count on your pitcher and getting them out of the game. There's a strike called to the number 12 hitter, Landry James.
And it's what makes strike throwers like B.J. Hammonds so valuable.
Incredibly valuable. 0-2. So he's thrown 6 pitches and 5 have been strikes so far in the inning. Missed that time, and it's 1-2 from Hammonds.
I'll tell you what, their coaches said it's a little bit of a funky delivery, crossed over, hides it really well behind his ear.
Another strikeout, so 8 pitches, 6 strikes. 3 strikeouts in a row going back to the previous inning.
This is the third batter he's faced, and he's now punched out 3 batters.
Yeah.
This is the first one swinging, though. We've gotten a lot of opponents in that West Virginia dugout just taking pitches because I don't really think they're seeing it too well out the hand of B.J. Hammonds, who is dicing it up right now.
B.J. Hammonds out of Crossroads Intermediate School facing Cash Boggs, the leadoff hitter. So the first team to flip over the order and get back around to the top of the order is West Virginia here in the top of the third. Little weak grounder down the first base line, should be an easy play, and it is as Luter applies the tag, and the inning is over as Hammonds puts down West Virginia 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom half. Still tied at 1 here in Warner Robins.
Welcome to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and a slice of sports paradise. Hammered, gone! Up and out of Williamsport.
Are you kidding me? Lay out like a superhero.
Great baseball ahead. Here we go.
And that's where everybody's trying to get to on August 19th. Little League World Series in Williamsport. One of these two teams hoping to be there. Both of them are hoping to be there. Maybe one of them will be there. West Virginia and South Carolina. South Carolina got there last year, winning the Southeast Regional. And now Irmo, South Carolina, batting here in the bottom of the third, tied in a 1-1 game with West Virginia. So changes in the West Virginia defense. Bailey now in center field, James at second, and Pugh now in right.
Remember Asher Pugh playing right field, easing his way back in defensively. Coaches say he's nearly 100% after breaking his arm just a few months ago.
Yeah, he's been a catcher during the season, so trying to find him a less taxing defensive position. But look, this is Little League Baseball, and all these guys cross-train at different positions. They can play all over the place, and all of them pretty much can pitch.
Yeah, it was funny getting to do your prep work, and you're studying up, and you're learning as much as you can about these kiddos. You forget, like, that was the best part about playing and going to the yard every day. You're like, I think I'm going to play like 4 different positions today.
Wouldn't that be a great rule in Major League Baseball if you couldn't just be pitcher only?
Yeah.
You had to play a position too?
Well, I think a lot of those pitchers, and I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of my friends, are glad they're not hitting anymore.
Oh,
but maybe they could get an inning at first or third, sure.
They could do it. They did it all their lives, pretty much, until they got to the higher levels and started to specialize. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Walls takes care of the number 12 hitter, Maverick Cox. 4th strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the third.
Big two-seam fastball we've seen from Walls, pitching with such emotion today. His 4 strikeout. He's also got 4 walks too. He's got to win the 0-0 pitch, I think, now this second time through the lineup to help him go deeper into this game.
And here's Elijah Davenport. He scored the lone run for Irmo back in the first inning. Led off the game with a walk. Got to second on an error by the second baseman and came around and scored on a ground out by Luter. Actually, he scored on that one error, on that one single play.
All the way around first base.
Yeah. Should have been out at second, ended up scoring, and that's why we're tied at 1 right now. 2 balls and a strike to Davenport. You know, and we'll know, we cannot possibly know right now, but what major leaguer might we see here over the next couple of days in Warner Robins?
Both of these staffs think the guy in the box right now and the guy in the mound are really healthy choices.
2-2, chased it out of the strike zone. Another high strikeout there for Grayson Walls. 5 now.
It's tough for Davenport. It was that breaking ball that kind of backed him off the plate. And this is just a 4-seam fastball. Not as much arm side run as we've seen throughout this outing. And Davenport goes chasing at the top of the zone, best on best, and Walls wins the battle.
So Walls is now at 65 pitches, so it's obvious they've gone all in on Walls here in game 1. Because, you know, at this point, if he blows by that 66 number, I think he's got a 4 days race. So you're not seeing him again until Monday or Tuesday, which is championship round type rounds. Yeah, Tuesday's the championship.
Yeah, earliest he can come back is Monday, but this is where
semifinal.
The strategy of it all, right? And I think for West Virginia, they're saying, hey, we're going to win or lose with our horse, right? Game 1, we got to go win the first.
There's a strike. Yeah, exactly. We've never been here before. We've never won a state championship until this year. Let's don't overthink this thing. This guy's our dude. Let's ride him.
Now, if you are, right, going to see it all the way through, you'd love for Walls to be able to get into the 4th or 5th. And if South Carolina, this second time through the line, can keep working great counts, maybe they can get to the pen premature.
He can get to 85, and then he's got to come out.
Yep.
So he's still not, I mean, if he can make this a quick inning, he's going to get you to the 4th at least. 2-2 pitch hit on the ground to the shortstop. Should be an easy play. And it is. In a 3-up, 3-down inning, Grayson Walls pounds his chest. He says, yeah, I feel it. Heading to the 4th. We're tied at 1. It's a chore just to get to the region tournament. You got to win district. You got to have a regular season. Then they pick the all-stars. Then you got to win district. You got to win your section, if that's applicable, not all. State and country. Of course, the country for the international teams. And then you get to the region tournament before you get to Williamsport.
So to punch that ticket, to go represent your country in Williamsport. So dang special for so many of these kids, but when you look at the two in front of us today for West Virginia, for Shady Spring, this is the first time that they have ever even made it to play in a regional. So yes, all of those steps accumulating into this awesome moment in this incredible venue here at Warner Robins, right? Like, hey, there's no such thing as moral victories, but these kids have been through a ton this summer.
Yoke, Walls, and Bennett, two up here for West Virginia in the top of the fourth. And we're already halfway through this game. And it's already getting late in this game, so you can kind of feel the tension slowly building. Looks like we might have a big finish here. Someone's going to get their heart broken maybe. Someone's going to be elated. So what do you think? First time doing the Little League?
It's as good as advertised.
It is.
I mean, like, it's just
really
so pure.
It's so much fun.
It's the one word that I can think of when you see these parents filing in and these kids warming up to head onto the field before the game.
Yeah, it's a different vibe. It's a whole different attitude and experience than what you and I usually do.
Right.
Which is fine. We love what we do with the other stuff. College baseball, we love that. That's great. That's fun. But this is a totally different vibe, and that's cut off by the third baseman. What a play by Davenport. Exactly what we were talking about just an inning or so ago, how important that third baseman is, especially on the short field.
Hey, I'm telling you, we were watching Davenport take ground balls before the game during infield, outfield. This is a really difficult play. He's got to have the confidence to come charge this baseball, take it off the short hop, and deliver a rifle across the field. Elijah Davenport.
Davenport's a guy that they can use, they can pitch, but they're reluctant to do that because he's so valuable for them at third base, and that full value of what he's able to bring to your team was on display right there on that ground out by Yoke. And here's Walls. They're pitching to him. In the district tournament, they wouldn't pitch to him.
If you're just joining us, he won the West Virginia Home Run Derby. He hit 20 home runs in 90 seconds.
How is that possible?
I don't know. But again, I still think we're burying the lead on the whole story. His head coach, Jonathan Winkler, threw batting practice to him during that derby. He said that he hit 20 homers on 28 pitches. That's bonkers in itself.
Yeah. Ground ball hit to the second baseman. This is going to be an easy out, and Walls is retired as Jensen throws him out for out number 2.
B.J. Hammond right now, slicing and dicing on the mound. Every pitch like a snowflake, doing something different. And I think for Hammonds, what he did in that at-bat that I thought was really impressive, no fear. He went right at the big hit.
I love how quickly he works, too. I mean, he gets the ball and he's ready to go. Number 3 hitter in the inning is Reese Bennett. He walked his first time up. That was back when Reichard was pitching. So this is they're all facing Hammond here for the first time. He's the second pitcher used by Irmo, and Reichard was good. Got into trouble with some walks there in that second inning, and they got him out there pretty quickly. Here's the 1-1 pitch, backed him off the plate. It's 2-1.
How about the situation they brought Hammonds in, right?
Yeah.
Base open, he walks the first guy, nervous a little bit, sure. He's retired
Bases loaded,
straight.
1 out,
Yeah.
right?
And then he's actually struck out 3, and he's retired 6 in a row, and there's a good old-fashioned broadcaster's jinx.
Exactly.
My bad to the Hammonds.
There you go.
Well, welcome to it. Hey, just 12, but yeah, these dang TV guys are going to be ruining things the rest of your career, BJ.
They're killing us. Shut up.
Well, he's unfazed, man. I love how quickly he works.
I do.
He's going to be a coach's dream throughout his collegiate career. Give me the ball. Let's get this thing rolling.
You can see how he's impatient up there waiting for the batter to step in. He's like, get in the box. Let's go.
Up-tempo, pace. We love it.
Pitch misses high to Metter. Metter struck out his first time up. That was facing Reichard. So a man aboard here for West Virginia, 2 down in the top of the 4th. Ball in the air, one of the rare balls hit in the air. Taken by the second baseman, Jensen, for out number 3. Hammond, BJ, just getting the job done for Irmo. And now the boys from South Carolina batting when we get back. sun beating down on the folks here in Warner Robins. It'd be wise to get under the overhang. It's a lot cooler in the shade. Not too hard, not too hot yet, just yet here in Warner Robins as we head to the bottom of the fourth in this first round game. Got some clouds rolling in as they typically do here in Warner Robins. We're at Southeast Park. Man, what a spectacular park this place is, Jack.
It is, man, the investment poured in by the community to make, obviously these dreams come true for these kids are truly special, man. Like, you just look around here going, I don't know if I played in many college ballparks that were as pretty as this one.
This place is immaculate. They do a great job. It's a natural grass field. How fun is it to see a natural grass field anymore?
Good for the soul, right?
Exactly, it is. Makes you feel good. Restores your faith in baseball. Nothing against the artificial turf, but I love the natural grass. So here we go in the fourth. It's 84 right now. Feels like 92. That's why I was talking about sitting underneath the overhang.
Yeah. You asked a great question during our interviews leading into the week. West Virginia kind of lumped into the Southeast.
Up the middle, gloved by the shortstop, going to throw him out. Nice play. Walls nearly reached back with his pitch hand and then let it go by. You don't want to do that. There's no need to do that. You got a shortstop back there. Let him handle the play. That's a super play by Yoke.
Dang good shortstop, too. Grayson Yoke, big kid as well, ranging to his left. He's a two-way stud. 6 homers this year, threw a couple complete games on the mound, but I have been really impressed with his defensive prowess, man in the shortstop spot.
Here's Reichard, the number 4 hitter for South Carolina, started the game as the pitcher. Did not pitch poorly. Got in some walk trouble there in that second inning, and he got him out pretty quick. Save him for another day. Here's a strike to Reichard. Yeah, like Bobby Jensen told us, hey, look, if we get it, we script it, but if a guy's struggling a little bit, we'll get him out of there pretty quickly because just because they're struggling today, get them out, let them rest a day. Next time they come in, it might be their Greg Maddux day.
Yeah, well, and right, keep an eye on it. Just 9 pitches away for that pitch count limit for big Grayson Walls.
Yeah, 85
He'll have to
is the number.
4 days. So again, like that's where the strategy comes into play for these staffs.
So obviously, yeah, like we've talked about, they've made the decision that Walls, we're going to ride Walls as far as we can in this first round game. Getting into the winner's bracket is so important. Ball is hit in the air to right field and going to be caught. That's the first play by an outfielder in this game for either team as James makes the play out there in right field for out number 2.
And this is not an easy play. This is a pretty clean barrel from Reichard. But when you're playing those corner spots, that baseball's fading back towards the line. And ranging to his right is James, but almost overruns that baseball and does a good job. Steal in out number 2, but again, get another out and allow Walls to stay in this game for the next 7 pitches at least.
Yeah, get him to the next inning, right? What a victory that would be for them if they can do that. And here's Badger Luter at the plate. Grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Pitch missed high, 1-1.
Hey, the name, big time, obviously.
Yeah.
What I loved in his questionnaires this week, the athlete he'd most like to meet, UFC star and sensation Paddy Pimblett. I'm not sure how many amateur fighting fans we have out there, but this is a guy with a lot of personality. I think it tells you a lot about the dude in the box in Badger Luter.
2-1 pitch, hits it on the ground to the shortstop, going to get him out of the inning with the long throw and a nice play by Yoke, and then the first baseman Boggs, and that's the end of the inning as Walls gets out of the 4th. We're heading to the 5th, and we're still tied at 1.
How about the backhand? We see. Get down with your bad self, Grayson Yoke. West Virginia posts another 0.
Heading to the top of the 5th inning here. Getting late in this game. Look at Grayson Walls now. He's at 82 pitches, 4 innings of scoreless, or 4 innings of hitless baseball, 1 unearned run allowed, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts, and now his team's going to bat. Let's see if they can give him some runs to work with.
Nerves and excitement, right? 5 strikeouts, clearly electric stuff from Grayson Walls. Those 4 walks and the error that resulted into a run in that first inning with Davenport scoring from first. With that pitch count getting close, B.J. Hammonds has been the almost contrarian to that.
Exactly.
He's worked efficiently coming out of the pen for South Carolina.
Loses his cap on his first pitch. And I think we're going to be able to show you just how difficult it is. He hides that ball. You don't see, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? There it is, right before it comes to the plate.
It's different, right? Like Wall's getting up there and he's throwing it over 70 miles per hour, the equivalent of close to 90 plus at the big league level. Where for Hammonds, I think he is a perfect representation of getting outs at the college level. It's a myth that you have to throw hard to get outs in professional or even college baseball. I think Hammonds here at 12 is learning a great lesson. It's fill up the zone, ultra confident. But when you see here from behind home plate, he's standing upright, but watch his hand. I mean, you don't see that baseball until it's out over the plate.
And a strikeout as Pugh heads back to the dugout. A called 3rd strike for Hands. That's 4 strikeouts now for Hammonds.
Asher Pugh's a guy that just hit 400 in the district tournament. That fastball just painted on the outer third. He is a craftsman on the mound, B.J. Hammonds.
And here comes West Virginia's silent assassin. His dad says Park's just that, a silent assassin. Pops it up out of play down the first base line. Solving the Rubik's Cube. They say he does it in 1 minute. He can do it in 1 minute. Okay. I mean, at 1 minute, that's when I like throw the thing away. I'm like, I'm done with this.
If you locked me in a prison cell and said, Jack, you can come out when that Rubik's Cube is done, I'd ask you to keep visiting me decades down the line.
Exactly.
Being honest.
40 years later, they find me with a long gray beard. I could never get it.
It's another great example of how talented these dang kids are, though. Solving a Rubik's Cube. And he's also might be the best free throw shooter in the state. They said he's an elite hooper, P-dubs, as his teammates called him, but he's a really talented athlete as well, a stud on the hardwood.
Ball 2, 2-1 now to Winkler. Winkler's 5'2", 105, so he's not a big kid. So he's kind of like me. He learned early on you got to hit your free throws to get in the game. When you're playing pickup basketball in the gym, step up to the line, we're going to choose our teams. You know, a guy like me, if I don't hit my free throws, I don't get chosen. So there's a ball, and Winkler's aboard.
You wonder, right, for West Virginia.
See, you didn't have to worry with that problem because you're like 6'4". You like posting guys up like me, shoving us out of the way.
But we couldn't shoot, so we had to learn how to set a screen really early on in the hoops career.
Foul down the first base line. And here we go. Here's Ryder Hall. We were talking about his hair. Look at that. That is commitment.
Yeah, commitment. That's swag on the millionth degree. Are you kidding me with this? Ryder Hall with confidence on the moon.
There's no doubt.
Are we going cheetah or leopard? What do you like?
I don't know. We got to have some zoologists chime in on this because I don't know. I think they all have spots, right? I don't know my feline, wild feline genre as best as I should.
I'll tell you what, who cares, right? He's got the J's on, the cheetah hair. We just call this swag.
Yeah. You nailed it. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Was that it? That's it. Was that it?
Hey, B.J. Hammonds is working so quick.
He's so fast. We missed a strike. I was
3
busy
pitches.
talking about the spots. We missed a strike.
No.
2 down.
Talk about confidence. I believe the kids refer to the word aura these days. That's what B.J. Hammonds has brought to the mound for this South Carolina team.
No doubt. 2 down in the inning. And there's a strike to Pack. Pack drew the bases loaded walk back in the 2nd inning. That was the lone run knocked in for West Virginia so far today. Here's the 0-1. That's a ball. And it's 1-1. I mean, this is the kind of game that you would anticipate in the opening game of the tournament. Great pitchers duel, good defense, tight game, just 1-1. things get a little bit looser once you get a little bit deeper into the pitching staffs as the tournament goes on. But this is your prototypical game one, first round game. Any tournament, you name it. 2-1 outside, 3-1.
If you're just joining us, we kind of mentioned the proverbial David versus Goliath. This South Carolina team was in Williamsport a year ago. They're the reigning Southeast Regional champs. West Virginia, this is their first time even playing for a regional. This is where depth comes into play for these powerhouse programs, as Hammonds is a reliever, wasn't even their starter.
Yeah. There's a walk, first and second now. A couple of walks in the inning, maybe Hammond running out of steam a little bit. A couple of walks, and now the go-ahead runs at second base in Park Winkler. Brings up Jude Bailey. Yes, Shady Spring, as we told you before, they don't even have their own field to play on, much less practice. They have to use the fields at nearby Beckley, which is 8 miles up the road. And Beckley's been very good to let them have those fields in order to play on. But finding practice time, that's another issue. They finally got some consistent practice time once the softball season ended for Shady Spring High School, and so they get to use the girls' softball field at Shady Springs to practice on.
It's an inspiring story. This is their first state championship team in the 47-year league history of this school, and I point to what Steve Sabins and the West Virginia Mountaineer college baseball team have done, sweeping across the country with country roads, but have been really inspiring to the next wave of future stars in that state.
Yeah, how cool was the College World Series this year with West Virginia and Troy? The interlopers breaking through on the Blue Bloods.
First appearances in Omaha, and now you're watching Shady Spring do the same. Like, you can't tell me there's no correlation. Like, it's everything that's beautiful about the sport.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Over his head, 2-2. So Jude Bailey struck out looking his first time up to end that second inning. Struck out with the bases loaded. Not bases loaded here, but first and second. Now it's 3-2, and 1 more bad pitch from Hammond here will load the bases with 2 down in the inning. Remember, we only play 6 innings, so we're in the 8th inning if you want us, if you want to, transpose that to a major league game if it helps you out a little bit better. We're late.
It's go time. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch count now nearing 65, which is that other benchmark. So burning B.J. Hammonds, if you will, for an extended period of time. He has been their guy this afternoon. And look at the strikes, just filling up the zone today.
3-2 pitch. Cold strike 3. B.J. Hammond strikes out Bailey with runners at first and second. The go-ahead run standing out at second will stay there. And we're still tied at 1.
His 6th strikeout of the afternoon. Can I help you? Nah, just looking. B.J. Hammond's a star for South Carolina today.
Back in Warner Robins as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Deadlocked at 1 as South Carolina gets ready to bat for the next to last time in this game. At least if we play in regulation here. Matt Stewart, Jack DeLongchamp with you. Thank you for being with us today. First of 4 games on the schedule today. Jack and I will have the first two for you. We got Georgia and Florida coming up next. What a battle that will be. And then Clay Matvick and Greg Olson take over in the afternoon session. Richmond's going to take over in center field for West Virginia. But the story has been this guy on the mound, Big G. Has not allowed a hit so far. And facing Braden Jensen. But first of all, it's going to be Cohen Paul and then Braden Jensen. And Liam Snellgrove also due up for Irmo here. They scored their one run without benefit of hit. That came way back in the first inning with a walk and an error. And that's pretty much it. That's all the offense they've generated so far here today. Not much at all. As they try to get back to Williamsport.
And that was a big pitch, Matt, because now this will be the last batter that Grayson Walls faces today.
Because he's hit the threshold, the 85 threshold, so this is it. They don't take him out in the middle of the batter. They don't make him change the pitcher in the middle of the batter. But once you hit that threshold, you can continue pitching until the batter that you were facing before you hit the threshold is retired. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's in there for a strike, 3-1. No doubt he would love to finish with a strikeout and turn the ball over to his teammate with 2 down in the inning rather than, or 1 down in the inning, 2 outs to go. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be it for Walls as he loses Paul to start the 5th.
And so much excitement and anticipation for Grayson Walls going into today. He'll leave this game with 5 strikeouts and not a single hit on the board.
So Walls, what a performance as he checks out here, reaches his pitch limit in the bottom of the 5th. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. And the pitching change as Grayson Walls reaches his pitching threshold and they give the ball to Reese Bennett here. He's the second hardest thrower on the staff. He's in the high 60s. They say he throws a knuckleball. I'll believe it if I see it.
Hey, here's the deal. We got one pant leg up and one pant leg down. If that doesn't scream knuckleballer, I don't know what does.
That's a very good point.
But he's also a catcher, so this is just like a guy of like, I'm going to wear fastballs off the chest. I don't care what my pants look like. Grab me the baseball. I'm going to grip it and rip it real quick.
So he comes in, nobody out, 1 aboard for Irmo here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch goes by him to the backstop, knocked him down, and Paul's going to be at second base on the wild pitch. Jensen was showing bunt, and Bennett knocked him down.
Another big storyline, too, failed to mention going into the inning. How about Asher Pugh, right? The catcher who broke his arm, getting his first action behind the plate for quite some time. Guy turns around to bunt. Almost feels like a hockey goalie situation where you don't see that ball coming in and glances off his glove. That's a big extra base as now South Carolina a bunt, just 1 bag away from taking the game-winning run potentially.
Yeah. So Jensen's first attempt goes foul down the first base line. Here's the 1-1, hits it in the air, going to be out of play. And now it's 1-2, and so we'll see if Bennett goes for the strikeout right here, ahead in the count 1-2. But you're right, Pugh behind the plate for the first time. since he broke his arm before the district tournament. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed, and it's 2-2. Go-ahead run out at second base. Now remember, West Virginia has one more trip to the plate, that being in the top of the sixth. Ball is hit foul down the right field line.
Great fight from Jensen so far.
It is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wow, ball 3. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside to a board. Now, oh, called strike 3. Jensen thought he had drawn the walk. Now instead he heads back to the dugout.
A late call in with Pugh set up inside, reaching back across his body. I think that's why we see a little bit of a delayed call, but I think it's the right one. A perfectly spotted up 4-seam fastball away. Great pitch from Bennett.
One down in the inning. Here's Liam Snellgrove. That pitch bounces. Dirt read. Runner goes from second to third. So now just 60 feet away where a wild pitch will score the go-ahead run if they can get it. Cohen Paul alertly. That ball was in the dirt, read it well, and took off to third base. 1-0 pitch. In the air, this should score the run. Maybe shallow center field. It's going to drop. Paul races home from third, and he is going to be safe. Irmo has the lead into second base. Goes Snellgrove, and Snellgrove with an RBI double here in the 5th gives Irmo a 2-1 lead. First hit of the game for South Carolina.
Well, it's a new center fielder, Richmond, sliding over, and he gets a little bit of a delayed break. But sometimes you just got to put a little bit of pressure on the defense. Snellgrove, who we told you actually led this team in batting average in the regular season, hiding out in the bottom half of this lineup, delivers in a big way.
So now Snellgrove is in scoring position as South Carolina has the lead and looking to add to it here in the 5th. Here's Jace Brown. First pitch to him was a ball. Second pitch from Bennett is a ball, and it's 2-0 to Jace Brown. Jace Brown, his dad Jay, the coach. We mentioned he was a team captain on the 2010 South Carolina Gamecocks National Championship team. Ball gets by the catcher, Pugh, and now at third base. Snellgrove down there at third base. There's a strike. Count now 3-1. Snellgrove down at third. He just drove in the go-ahead run with a double. 3-1 pitch from Bennett. In the air to center field. Going to get over the center fielder's head. It's 3-1. Brown heads to second, and he is going to be safe. Back-to-back doubles for Irmo, and they have a 3-1 lead.
Absolute laser to dead center field. Look how compact this swing is from Jace Brown. The extension through the zone. Burns Richmond, the center fielder, nearly missing a home run. And how about Pops? Getting the opportunity to coach his son, the former national champion at South Carolina. Served as a role model for so many, including myself. And now his son following in his footsteps with a big swing.
B.J. Hammonds fouls off the first pitch, and when we think about Jay Brown, we think about Jim Tolman, the former South Carolina coach, Liberty head coach, who passed away unexpectedly this week. A number of players, Case Rasmus, who's the manager of Phoenix City, played for him at Liberty. So even here in Warner Robins, far removed from his career, impacting the lives of guys who were coaches, who are now coaches, who were players for him back in the day.
Legend in the baseball community. We send our Best wishes and prayers to the Toman family after his long fight with cancer. And listen to Coach Brown talk about, like, hey, he changed my life. Like, I don't go to South Carolina without him. He won a national championships just 4 years later. To your point, like that's what's so great about the game, like the impact, the ripple that we've now seen across the country. Yep. Really, really cool.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Bennett. Gets to the backstop, another runner at third now. So doubles, couple of them, wild pitches, couple of them. And now Irmo threatening to score their 4th run here, their 3rd in the inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2 to Hammond. And BJ now stands to be the winning pitcher in this game. The second pitcher used by Irmo today has come on and had spectacular effort in relief. Ball hit in the air to right field. That's going to be caught. Runner is tagging. Here comes the throw to the plate. Going to be close and safe. 4-1 Irmo.
Hey, he's doing it on the mound, and now he's helping himself out. A little insurance. B.J. Hammond's little poke out to right field. A sacrifice fly as Brown scamper in. All insurance, so appreciated here at this stage of the game, as this is a really nice throw. Pugh able to pick it up, but not before he's able to slide in safely.
Here's Beatty. First pitch to him is a strike. You can see in the body language, West Virginia, shoulders are slumping a little bit. They realize the enormity of this situation. 3 runs scoring for South Carolina here in the top of the 5th. They now have only 1 more plate appearance coming up in the top of the 6th.
Well, good news for West Virginia, right? If you're Bennett, like, just go find a way to go get an out here and get your offense back in the dugout, because, yes, it'll be Richmond, James, and Boggs due up, but with Grayson Walls hitting 5th, right? That means there's going to be a couple guys on for the big fella who can, without question, change the scoreboard with one swing.
No doubt. And that's what you're aiming for there in that top of the 6th. But it starts with getting the out right here and ending the inning. Ball popped up. This should be the out that they're looking for. And it's taken by the second baseman Winkler for the final out here in the 5th. But a 3-run inning for Irmo puts them on the verge of a victory here in Warner Robins. It's 4-1. B.J. Hammond helped his cause with a sac fly in the bottom of the 5th, but how about him on the mound, Jack? 61 pitches, 3 1/3 hitless with 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's just been so efficient, working with great pace and tempo, the confidence to come into the game when he did, right? Yeah. Walks a guy, bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 count, and he has been ice in his veins ever since. And now, just 3 outs away for getting a team who played in Williamsport a year ago right back on the right track. Yeah. Going 1-0 in the Southeast region.
Bunt right back to Hammond's going to get to it and safe at first base. Spinning and heading to second, and now they might have him in a rundown. Throwing him back towards first base, and they got the out. Big mistake right there by Owen Richmond. He got the bag at first, got a little bit greedy, took a wide turn, slipped a little bit as he tried to head to second.
Owen Richmond, right? He gets it done. He gets a bunt down, put a little pressure on the defense. The throw goes right off the glove of Luter. Great play by Hammond defending the position. But to your point, Matt, if you're Richmond, right, you just want to shut it down. Down 3. Need a ton more base runners to get back in this game, but it's okay, man, right? Like, you're going to learn from these mistakes at this age.
And the key was the textbook baseball, the backup on the throw at first base.
Really well said, right? Like, full team effort. This is where you see the pedigree of a South Carolina team, right? Hey, make a mistake, guess what? There's an emergency plan already in place.
Count now 1-1 with one down in the inning as Landry James, the number 12 hitter at the plate for West Virginia, swings and misses, and he's behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Hammonds gets strikeout number 7. And now South Carolina is 1 out away from advancing to the winner's bracket.
How about this breaking ball? Oh, make it nasty, B.J. Hammonds. Another punch out looking, and by the way, still haven't seen a smile from him. He is locked in right now.
All business. Ball in the air, out of play. Cash Boggs, who was the hero for them in their walk-off victory against Barbersville in the state final. The last chance perhaps here for West Virginia. 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1.
It's been really telling about this outing. We talked about how deceptive Hammonds is, hiding that pitch right behind his ear. A lot of moving pieces. 4 of his 7 strikeouts looking.
Look at Cash Boggs, comes up with a clutch base hit to keep hope alive for West Virginia.
Not done yet.
Nope.
Similar song and dance to the team that they watched at the collegiate level. The West Virginia Mountaineers making their first ever trip to Omaha. The backs were against the wall all season long. And Cash Boggs, who quite literally might have the best name in the entire Little League World Series field, a single through the middle to keep their hopes alive.
Ball hit in the air to center field, and it is going to be caught for out number 3 by Owens. And Irmo, South Carolina in the winner's bracket with a 4-1 victory over West Virginia. West Virginia has to come back tomorrow morning and play at 10 a.m. in the loser's bracket.
Great piece of hitting from Yoke. Finds a clean barrel, but just dips the shoulder. And with big Grayson Walls awaiting on deck.
Exactly where you wanted him to be if you're Irmo, standing on deck and never reaching the batter.
South Carolina says, "Ooh, buddy, 1-0 in the Southeast Regional." The reigning champs of this field just a season ago get off to a 1-0 start.
So a big win for Irmo here this morning, 4-1 victor over West Virginia. Our next game's at 1 o'clock Eastern as Florida takes on Georgia. You'll want to see that. West Virginia's got to go back and regroup and come back and play again tomorrow morning. 4-1 the final. South Carolina advances here on day 1 of the Baseball Southeast Regional. And now for Jack DeLongchamp and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Matt Stewart. We'll see you back here at 1 o'clock Eastern with Florida versus Georgia.